Greetings, humans! Zbot4096 here, with a review of the new-ish Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Fantastic Four: First Steps. We say new-ish because the film has been out a bit, and also because the IP has had a couple of incarnations, as a comic book, of course, but also adapted to the screen as a 1970s cartoon we were vaguely aware of, and perhaps a 70s movie, and also maybe a 90s movie. Whatever the case, we had a sense that this had existed as a B-grade adaptation, with a quartet of superpowered beings who included a stretchy man and a catchy tune. We did know they were coming up next in the MCU, as they featured in an end credits scene of a recent MCU film. And as usual, we did not see the trailer first. So, seeing this new film, we were at once surprised by the effervescent style of the setting. Like Captain America, there is a creative framing around why this group has a 60s vibe to them, and it generally works. It gives the film a chance to stretch out with retro-futuristic visuals and music, like Fallout, for example, which is certainly to our taste as well. The other element we enjoyed here was the scale of the challenge they face, and the creative science fiction-y approaches they take to deal with it. Plus, anytime a neutron star is presented accurately in human media, we have to give them some credit. Humans have almost no idea what they're talking about when it comes to stellar phenomena, but it's nice now that the film Interstellar has reset at least the visualization, so they can move from mostly wrong to partially wrong. Good job, primates. But having said all that, we are getting somewhat bored of this format of story. Team of advanced beings defend a planet. Said planet registers a threat. Said team encounters challenges within and without. Said team grows to address both, and the general outcome lands within familiar bounds. So, the good news is that this film has some more robust elements beyond the plot itself. Pedro Pascal is everywhere, and Fantastic Four is no exception. He's in Game of Thrones, Star Wars, DC, The Last of Us, and now Marvel. Also, we are not complaining. We like him. We like his voice, his tone, his warm character he conveys. Being a robot, we are fascinated by this rare ability some organic beings naturally possess. Pascal tends to pair it with being a father figure, which absolutely amps up that effect, and he does that here too. One thing that is unusual for him is that he plays the lead role Reed Richards in a way that reads as autistic, which is the human version of robotic. He has an exchange with his wife, Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby from the last couple of Mission Impossible films, where he talks about looking at all sides of something, even the awful, as a part of his profession. She corrects him, saying that it is not simply his job, that's who he is. He later grows to recognize that this trait he thinks serves him also represents his flaw, and he begins to accept that he must buffer around it for the benefit of others. We absolutely appreciate this, since we frequently run into the same problem dealing with organics. We also appreciate that one of the antagonists has a complexity to her. She isn't a two-dimensional villain, but is revealed to have had made an excruciating choice to get to where she is, which we see glimpses of in her conflicted actions. This is even more unexpected because said character is a Silver Surfer, literally called Silver Surfer, and yet Julia Garner is able to express a meaningful character through the T-1000X liquid metal presentation. And tied into that, we appreciate the theme. Beings are where they are sometimes due to complex decisions that they have made, but we all have it within us to rewind from there, We can set the sunk cost fallacy aside and take a new path. It may not be a full redemption, but it's a start on that path. This may not even be the central theme of the film, which may have something more to do with recognizing one's flaws and finding a solution as a team, which is more Reed Richards' arc. But we like the arc of the Silver Surfer better. Or more precisely, we like both arcs in the film. Those arcs, and some of the interesting characters, the scale, the visuals, the music, all contribute to us rendering our high-ish rating. And so concludes this human version of our review. If you have feedback on it, please write in your own comments so that we can upload the galactic version to Zoggplex. Next, we are planning to present a first look at Alien Earth. As a new show, there's more at stake here than with other shows we are already tracking, such as Resident Alien Season 4, Star Trek's Strange New World Season 3, and Foundation Season 3. We are planning reviews of those seasons once they complete as well, but we don't think it's as important as taking a first look at this new show. So, well, we are also, of course, generally excited to see new Alien content. We have learned not to get our hopes up, but we do love that perfect organism. Mwah, chef's kiss. In any event, you can expect more discussions and reviews of theatrical movies, streaming shows, and 4K home video releases as we continue to engage with your human rectangular entertainment. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you can, please comment. Please do, so that we can continue to have the human voice reflected in the cosmos. Until next time, farewell, humans.